Welcome to KBM Sports Talk. I'm Kevin, and today we got our college football conference championship predictions. Make sure to hit that like button. The goal for today's video is to get to 5 likes. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. We just hit that 100. Thank all you guys for subscribing, joining the KBM Sports Talk family, and let's keep growing. But how this video is going to work is I'm going to go to each conference championship game, but I'm going to start with some games that aren't really no one's really looking at, caring about, but they're probably going to be really good games. So we're going to start with the MAC Conference Championship. We have Kent State going up against Northern Illinois, and this is a really good game that most people aren't going to be talking about. I feel like this year all the conference championship games are going to be pretty good. And I think that we have Kent State, who just won against Miami, Ohio, to make it into the MAC championship to play against Northern Illinois, and I love it. But my prediction is I think Kent State is going to beat Northern Illinois. I believe that Northern Illinois is going to lose to Kent State. Now, let's go to the Conference USA. We have Western Kentucky going up against UTSA. Before, this would have been a little bit higher until UTSA literally got destroyed by North Texas, so I just had to put them down there this championship. I think UTSA is going to win and pull it off. I really do. I think that UTSA has a great squad, just maybe had a bad game last game, a really bad game, but I think they're going to bounce back nice and win the Conference USA Conference Championship at all around. Now, let's go to our next game, which is the Mountain West. Mountain West, I believe, is going to be a really good game. Probably really high scoring. Not one of the highest scoring games, but a pretty good score game. Utah State going up against San Diego State, and San Diego State really impressed me this past week against Boise State. So I'm going to say San Diego State is going to beat Utah State to win the Mountain West. I think that San Diego State has a really good squad that I did doubt. I really didn't like San Diego State until I watched them play, and I love their squad. Utah State, yes, they do have a great offense, but I think San Diego State's all-around better team than Utah State. So, our next one, you guys, we got the Oregon versus Utah Pac-12 Championship. Just think that this game, I think Utah, coming off of beating Oregon 35-7, I think Utah's going to destroy Oregon again. They must know something in how to beat Oregon. Yes, it is hard to beat a team twice in 1 year, but I think Utah is going to pull that off again and beat Oregon. And now, let's go to our next one. We have the Sun Belt. We have App State going up against the Raging Cajuns of Louisiana. And this is one of the best conference championship games this year that no one's really talking about. This Sun Belt championship is going to be a shootout. Going to be a great game, down to the wire, I think. I think it's going to be an amazing game. I do think that Louisiana, the Raging Cajuns, are going to pull this out and beat App State, but I think this is going to be a very good game. This game could go to overtime, I think. I think this game may be one of those games that go to overtime. You guys got to tune into that game because that game's going to be really good. Now, we go into our next game, you guys, which is Michigan versus Iowa. After Michigan just destroyed Ohio State, I think Michigan is going to destroy Iowa. But Iowa may be able to put up a good fight. Don't think so. I think this could be one of those blowout games, but I think it's going to be a very interesting game to watch and see how Michigan does after coming off of that amazing performance against Ohio State, and see if they can do the same thing against Iowa and capitalize on their playoff spot. That's what they're battling for now. Now, we go to our next game. We got Baylor versus Oklahoma State. It's a really good game, and I love it. It's going to be a battle. Whoever wins this may get into the college football playoff. If Oklahoma State wins, they're going to get in definitely, they're saying. So it's something to watch for. It's going to be a really big game. A lot at stake for both of these two teams. Cannot wait to see what happens. This is one of the best games I think that we have seen for ranking-wise and team-wise. I think it's going to be a very high-scoring game, and I do believe these two teams did play each other before. So it's going to be another rematch, and I think it's going to be awesome. Now we got Our next, second to last, we have Pitt versus Wake Forest. This is going to be a really high-scoring game. This is going to be a very, very high-scoring game. High offenses, two of them meeting at once, head-on collision. Not a lot of defense in this game. I'm going to tell you guys, not a lot of defense, a lot of scoring, I think. But I do think that Pitt will pull off the victory against Wake Forest. I think Wake Forest, they do have a great team, but I think Kenny Pickett is better than Hartman at Wake Forest. So I just think that Kenny Pickett's going to lead Pitt to beat Wake Forest and win the ACC championship. That's my prediction. Now we go to our last game, the biggest game they're saying this year for the conference championships, which is number 1 Georgia going up against who knows what ranking Alabama will be. I got Georgia destroying Bama, especially what Bama's performance was last week against Auburn. Don't like it. How do you almost lose to a 6-5 team, now 6-6 team that's on their backup quarterback, and their quarterback only has one leg because he can't put pressure on the other leg? How do you almost lose to that? So I think Georgia is just going to destroy him, especially with that defense and how good that defense has been all year. I just think Georgia is just going to wipe the floor with Alabama, honestly. I just don't see Alabama winning that game at all. I see Georgia destroying them. So, you guys, that is my predictions for conference championships this year. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, join the KBM Sports Talk family. Make sure to tell me in the comments, you guys, what is your predictions? What game are you looking forward to the most? I would love to know, you guys. And hit that like button. You already know it. And until next time, see ya.